Still on the sniper OD train. Whoa!
That is...
Alright, there was no...
Pop the shrine now. Monkeys, you gotta get out of here.
I kind of feel like he would just want to suicide, you know? Suicide TP back. That's got to be the most efficient play.
That's what he has to do now.
Dangerous.
He's just gonna get chased down.
Alright, he gets it off. So that's actually very efficient, right? You're only very rapidly be in the same situation he was before.
Better than nothing. At least in a position like this.
Uh-oh, Moo's in trouble. SVG has the nuke to finish him off. That's going to be your first blood.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at top, this Enigma is still getting messed with. Game to play right now. And unfortunately for him, his lanes independently, they're going kind of okay. Lone Druid, obviously ahead, but so is this Magnus.
Charge, top lane, Eternal Envy. Got half HP. A lot of quill stacks available here for the Bristleback. And he's going to turn his attention to SVG. The charge continues onto Eternal Envy. Moo's not feeling comfortable sticking around against SVG, though, underneath that tower. In fact, Melons gets a little bit too close. Nightmared up. Eternal Envy get the... Alright, SVG will take the last hit instead. Does have his ultimate. Would love to get a kill on MSS, and it looks like they finally will get it. MSS, oh, he tried to get off the RP right as the Spirit Breaker came in. Tries to get the skewer over the cliff, not quite far enough. Can't get the distance away from complexity, so we will indeed fall. The TP in from
P, and this is a dedication and a half as 747 in mid might just get RP'd.
Brought back into Rose, tries to get off the ultimate, but they get the ensnare, and there is the Malphus to stop him as well.
And that is how you make a gank happen. There's one like this. As now they're coming in full force, defend this mid tower once again.
Lead with the sleep. Opportunity for MSS to try and get a skewer back. Doesn't go for it though. Bristleback's not the target he wants.
Everyone coming in now for this one.
Yeah, they're slowing down SVG pretty heavily. Rose holding on to the black hole for now. He sees good opportunity. Thinks better of it though. Brewmaster is preemptively throwing out the ultimate, so Rose knows the black hole was just going to get countered. SVG is going to be the sacrificial lamb here. He will be the one that dies for complexity diving in deep. Looks like Rose may die as well. The Brewmaster ultimate was able to lock onto him, and they'll be able to pick up that kill. NP are saying this is just space. They aren't actually taking any objectives. A lot of tankiness. The best part is, I think, with this Keeper of the Light always has mana to work with. Another sleep onto the Abaddon. Abaddon is actually gonna have to pop his ultimate here, forced out by the Shockwave. They're still gonna be able to get the kill on SVG, it looks like, and won't be able to pursue the Abaddon. See if they're... Ooh, this mana loss is going to hurt MSS quite a bit. He doesn't have the mana to be able to skewer out until he pops the wand. Will be able to get the skewer over the cliff. Moo just wants to be able to focus on this tier 1 tower, but Eternal Envy, he tanks it all up, does manage to get the charge off, needs to be able to get infest, but there's no creeps anymore. He's just Armlet toggling his way through this one. He does have some Eidolons if he wants to go there. Oh, he tried for it, but gets caught by the quills. Delayed out a little bit. Black Hole catches Susie, does manage to get Moo there as well. D-Freak does manage to get the charge onto Rose. They'll finish him off. They are fighting this one out pretty well with the Aphotic Shields. Melons does get caught. SVG tries to blow him up. MSS, there goes the sleep, and Melons does get nuked down. Monkey's unable to save his ally. Maybe he can help D-Freak though. D-Freak survives long enough to get the charge, but SVG caught him with the Fiend's Grip on the tail end of things. And there it is. MSS also gets the Abaddon. For difficult RP. Now MSS does have the Blink Dagger, and there's a lot of heroes in the pit which are just Savage Roared out.
Who's going to try to finish this right now, and NP are going to
be close. He needs to be able to get it. The RP goes out, but he managed to get the Aegis in time. MSS abandoned ship. He knows this fight is no longer theirs to take after the Aegis was grabbed by that Bristleback. NP's just looking for an escape, has an infest once again. It's not going to make it out. Tries to go for the kill on Melons.
They can get more. This Brewmaster is trying to chase out both.
He gets two. He's going to be able to chase down SVG, it looks like, and has the Cyclone on the Enigma. No, has to give up on the SVG, so instead just gets the Enigma. Still a big kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Heavily to win these team fights.
SVG sticking around here. It's going to catch Moo mid-recall. Gets off that sleep. So finally the damage comes in from the Nightmare. They're going to bring 3 heroes forward here to try and bring down this Bristleback. It'll be pretty easy. No one of complexity. They don't have a tower to TP onto. So round 2 of the Bristleback. Oh, blinks out just in time. Rose,
where's the turnaround?
That Blink Dagger now with a no black hole. Maybe they could fight this one out. The Brewmaster ultimate has been used. SVG gets a helpful Force Staff out from MSS, but the Cyclone still managed to catch him. They quickly dispel that one and bring SVG down. What else are they going to be able to catch?
You got to get out of here.
He's got the charge. White does not have a roar for 10 seconds, but he cancels it. D-Freak decides against it, had an ultimate too.
Definitely think he should have just kept going for that.
MSS still wants to fight this though. He's got the Infest inside of him right now. He could go for the RP. He sees the situation. D-Freak managed to bump back AEY, gets off the Savage Roar. A Photic Shield actually keeps D-Freak alive. Moo really wants to kill an AEY, but an RP prevents him from pursuing. Still tries to chase it out, but a Root and Snare comes out, and the rest of Complexity looking ineffective now, as they, lacking their damage dealer, have to full-on get out of this team fight. MSS going to try and chase down one of them. That's going to be Monkeys Forever, looping her way through the trees. Does have a TP and an ult, but there is a skewer to be able to stop him.
I feel like maybe he should have just committed for that, because it sort of baited his team into getting out of position. And at that point, you're either all in out of your hands. Like, you're going to get behind to a point where it becomes a little bit too difficult.
Oh no, the charges have just been used, and SVG manages to actually stay ahead of that attempt. Blink.
Rose is going to die though at top.
Yeah, good catch still. X. They're fighting in daytime X for Keeper of the Light.
You don't want to give up this Aegis though. You can tell.
They're going to make the RP initiation onto Monkeys. That is all. The borrow time immediately popped by him. He's going to be slept up.
Oh, here comes 747.
Jump forward. Monkeys is going to be brought down pretty quickly though, but 747 has controlled the 2 supports and backlines, while the front heroes are going to go straight for the lone druid. They want AY. They want him dead. They want him dead now, right before the Shrine can heal him back up. Moo now fights it out against 3, against 4. There goes the Fiend's Grip, held in, and there's no stopping it. That means our Bristleback is now going to die. 747 can at least clean up that support, but 3 down inside of Complexity. I thought that was going to be a good fight for them, but yeah, like there was no black.
They didn't even have to use. Yeah, they didn't even have to use Black Hole in that engagement at all. I mean, Swindles played this fight very well. He was able to control up the Enigma.
He still wants to fight it. Like, Rose knows I can't just let this support hero do whatever he wants. Susie takes the opportunity to be able to jump onto this Enigma, but it is going to be the Aegis up. Eternal Levy's kind of low, but a nice skewer back deeper into the dire side of these 2 heroes. And Fest jump in. They're hoping MSS will be able to survive. There's no counter vision here, so they actually turn around, pop out, go for Melons. Are going to be able to get the nuke out, but the blinding light is not going to be enough to protect them. They do get the Magnus in the end, but Eternal Levy's just manning up against 747. They need to be able to get the RNG. They actually took it out as he armlet toggled. He dies with the Aegis, and now Complexity are going to try and surround this Lifestealer. Lifestealer tries to make his way back to the high ground, and Complexity will...
This team is so strong. A bunch of buff dudes.
It doesn't have a gold talent. Oh. Charge on AEY actually bumps Rose, tries to come in. MSS misses out on the skewer, but the Savage Roar actually pushes D-Freak that direction. What? He gets a little bit of heal, but he
Full
is
retreat, boys.
Fully out of his Complexity. They're so desperate to force something here. They cancel out on that charge. It's just too far back. 747 does get the initiation though. A 3-man clap into the ultimate. That is a good one. They're going to be able to lock down SVG first and hopefully finish him off, but maybe not. The Guardian Greaves actually keeps him alive, and that is all the Pandas. Eternal Levy just cleared down the Pandas. Now they get the RP on the Moo.
Can Moo die?
He's turned around, but they're managed to skewer him back into the tier 3 tower. They do have a lot of heals for him, so it's not going to be so easy. Monkeys, though, is going to be slept up. SVG gets off the Fiend's Grip. The wards are just too much. He gets too many quills out. Monkeys popped his ultimate to be able to get him out of that Nightmare and will be able to get away. Z-Freak may not be as lucky. 4 seconds till he can charge away. Oh, but Melons has the gem, and that's the important one. Does try and push back AEY, but Monkeys is going to try and help out his buddy, but the skewer back, that should ensure it. Melons will lose that gem.
Very good.
Blinding light. Try and slow them down as best as possible. D3 Glimmer Cape will be able to walk away. AUI just deals so much damage though, and he's not being hit by these blinding lights. Jump forward by 747. Nice Savage Roar stopping that ultimate. Suzy will hold on to it now until the black hole comes in. Catches Suzy. That's going to be a die back with the Brewmaster. No, he managed to get off the ultimate. Nice charge in. The ultimate comes out for the Spirit Breaker, stopping the black hole, allowing Suzy to be able to get off his ultimate, and maybe they can finally win a fight with Bristle back out. They're going to try and chase down some of these heroes. MSS in the background managed to get himself away, but Eternal Envy, he's going to be locked down. Does have the cheese, though. He can turn and fight it. They can just get the control on it, but the cheese goes down, and now Eternal Envy should be able to easily clean up this fight. Actually backs himself away. A little bit scared, though. Slows down Mook, gets the open wounds on him. Monkey seems to be able to get off the Aphotic Shield, though. Stops the Fiend's grip. Suzy's down for 90 seconds. All these buybacks coming out, and MP, they know they can just run over this game at this point in time. 3 heroes are up on the side of Complexity, and they're going to try and fight this one out. AUI almost losing his Aegis here. Off the charge as Deep Freak. Mook comes in, and that's the burst damage needed. 70 seconds down. A skewer back on the Monkeys as well. With 2 of these big cores down for a minute apiece, I don't see how Complexity could possibly fight this one out. Deep Freak's just going to try and make himself a best impersonation of a bowling ball before they are forced to GG out this game 1.
And this is definitely going to be a game as NP getting flat out. They're just rolling over Complexity right now. Since the laning phase, we talked about how even when there was like 1 or 2 bright moments in team fights, coL would just overextend a little bit too much, and NP just bludgeoned them with the fact that they were farming all over the map. Like, they had people constantly farming at all times.
Yeah.
They were just running Complexity around the map ragged. Complexity weren't able to get enough on the map either when they did win fights.